play me, that was back then. They really tried to phase me, that was back then.
Yo, Caleb, this is crazy.
Hey you guys, I'm back with another video, and I have my friends here today, and we're gonna discuss Black history topics and being at a PWI and how cultural appropriation is viewed from different perspectives. And y'all can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Erick Torres. I'm a senior education major.
I'm Taylor. I'm a freshman, poli-sci major.
You already know me, so. I'm Breanna, junior biology major.
And I'm Erick, senior finance major.
Tell me what to do, like sit right there. Yeah, I need that 50.
So I'm African, Ghanaian specifically, and if you're talking about Black History Month, it's really hard. I mean, I guess that's for blacks in America for I think about that. But whenever people, as far as my historical heritage, whenever I've seen it being celebrated or being acknowledged, it usually just looks kind of awkward. That's just a personal opinion. I don't know if everyone else feels that same way about it, but just having been from West Africa coming here and all that kind of stuff. Whenever I see certain things like Kwanzaa, or what's that other thing again? Oh, even Black Panther. It just looked really weird. It was really weird, exposition of Africans. I won't try to get too deep into the movie itself too, but when you look at it, Black Panther was something that was set in Central to Eastern Africa, but all the cast members were all West Africans. West African looking. Yeah, and then all the textiles and the symbols that they had on their clothing were just all mixed up, kind of like Kwanzaa,
I'm not African, I'm just African, I guess. So, if anybody else wants to see,
I go in touch. I feel like we've been celebrating a lot more in our generation, but the lack of education about our Black heritage is not going too well. There's a lot of things I didn't even know about myself that I'm just still learning about. I feel like we just need to constantly keep educating ourselves over and over again, especially to the youth and to our age right now, because a lot of things have been kind of washed out that we don't even know about. And everybody's I understand I love Martin Luther King, but there's a lot of other people who are other African Americans who have done a lot in our history too as well. It's still not talked about to this day.
I agree with what you're saying, how it's kind of exploiting African culture sometimes. But I feel like we could kind of curb that, but also still show our respects by celebrating African prehistory, Black History Month prehistory, so before slavery, because I feel like we don't talk about the fact that there were great empires and civilizations within the continent itself that were diverse and all successful within their own rights. And we don't even talk about African mythology, which is already rich enough. So it's I feel like if we were trying to call back onto that African ancestry, we should be calling back on things that are pertaining to pre-slavery. And it's more honorable and less exploitation.
I think the one good thing about the Black Panther movie was how it showed different countries in Africa, how it wasn't just all villages and jungles. They had actual civilization, and I think that was the good part. It showed Africa in a better light than it's usually represented here, and the people within Africa, they're not all just running around in the jungle naked. Yeah.
35 cents a day. No, I feel that though. I mean, I still appreciate some elements of I guess how the Black community here tries to celebrate the Black communities outside of the U.S. I would say that much, but I guess again, I could have. Maybe my opinion is different from everyone else's, but it looks weird when I see it.
No, yeah.
And it's that's not.
Especially since
or African, so it's
yeah, or when everyone just puts on a dashiki.
Yo!
If you see me wearing dashiki, bro, just ask me if I'm okay, because I'm clearly not.
It's not even the right material. It's Chinese
synthetic fabric.
Yeah,
it's a white t-shirt and they put prints on it, bro.
It's so not authentic. authentic at all.
I mean, how do you feel about like head wraps though?
That's also not like.
It's
Do you understand
weird.
why you're wearing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
Or the print, like where the print comes from, because different countries have different
So
prints.
like me as a person who like grew up like obviously Black American.
Like you start by like putting someone down for something that they do culturally, and then you go on and take that thing that you're making fun
Oh
of.
yeah, because we was
Sort of
definitely
thing.
making them African booty scratcher jokes in 3rd grade.
Yeah,
And,
it's like-
and like nobody is innocent of that. Like I won't be the
Yeah.
first person to own up to that because like we were ignorant to our own
I
like.
still don't get what that means.
Bro, I don't understand. Bro, it's
get,
them
like-
3rd grade. It's them 3rd
Are they
grade
like Asian
jokes,
booty
bro.
scratchers?
Because like we're being fed what white America thinks. Like all of our information about the outside world comes through white America. We will never have our own perspective of the own world until we start like going out traveling, doing things like
That's
that.
what.
So it's like we have to take responsibility for it now because we have the internet. But at the same time, we all grew up within this lens of like, what does white America think of this country? All right, ching chong, you know, whatever. Like that's how we was growing up though. Like they showed them as like ignorant. They showed like African people. I only saw like UNICEF commercials of like people in Ethiopia and
I
stuff.
feel like that's one thing that really deep. Like the accent. Oh, the accent is the biggest thing. People make me fun of you. Like the moment you come like, oh, you African.
Yeah.
And then like when I got to college, I was like, yo, so how do you from like making fun of me?
So now you want to be like, what's up, my brother? Like,
exactly.
say,
Like, what does it mean of this?
yeah,
Like, I don't get
it's
that.
disingenuous. I can feel that.
That's alright. Alright. There's a leak in your levee.
Like,
Nah.
I mean, if you look how Africans are portrayed in movies and shows today, it's like I'm looking for something funny. Like I expect to see like a Michael Blackson or something like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for them to hear the accent, or I'm looking for them just to do something funny. Like, and that's what just movies in general. As soon as you see a black person, it's like I'm looking for comedy, and it's like sometimes we need to like portray it in a different way. I want to see somewhere they doing something in the community, or they doing something, you know, in the books. You know, I guess like how intelligent they really are. I think in general, like just here too.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking
The
about.
Boondocks talks about that, like how
most black people don't really listen to each other
They
up.
don't. It's like if I'm gonna go out here and I'm making it, I have another black person there. Once we do the same thing I'm doing, it's more of like I'm clashing with that person all the time, and I want to be better than you. And then we end up fighting and we're like beefing and stuff like
It's
that.
that, and it's just like I feel like niggas be capping too a lot. Like a lot of people like a lot of people like you hear the whole like, oh, now's the time to stand, fight the power, blah blah. But you see lesser and lesser people willing to actually put in the work and actually like unite and all that kind of stuff. You find like 100 people talking about, yeah, now's the time to stand, unite, fight the power, blah blah, and then it's just 15 people that actually like do unite and all that kind of stuff. And then they go back and saying, oh, y'all trying to silence us. Still need some people. And again, I cover different opinions, but that's something that I've noticed in different facets of black culture, even in real life. That's something that I see like here, like people will be like, oh, okay, like yeah, you wanna get this done, blah blah, get this money, support the community, blah blah. But then when words are put into action, it's just like you have lesser and lesser turnouts.
I mean, even like within my community, like what I see, like if my friend who is white got into a car accident, right, and he has like a whole bunch of other situations that are going on, he can call so and so, and they will be able to get him connected with somebody. Like, somebody's gonna make sure. Hey, make sure before you got this phone, I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of. So a lot of times when I talk to other black people, even my family, it's like if I explain to them the situation going on, it's like they're listening, but there's no application or anybody really trying to figure out is he gonna be better or how can I pause what I'm doing to actually make sure he's good. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks. And that thing is they know like a lot of African Americans, we have the answers, we have the connections to do things to help others, but we're just not really trying to help everybody be on the same level. It's more like, oh, I'm here. And you're down there, I'll make sure you stay down there, but you know what I'm saying? It needs to be a gap.
It's not I mean, there's that, but I feel like because sometimes the resources have been scarce for the black community, like most people, like, I guess the capping comes from like people fending for themselves only when resources are tight. You know, it's I guess on one hand it's like the whole sharing of resources is not a common practice for the black community, you know. And then that could be because, you know, there isn't that much resources. So if you real thirsty, right, and everybody needs some water, you try to make sure that you got some water before everyone else does.
Yeah.
But the whole time it's like, damn, like if you also worried about like, yo, if I give someone else a award, I'm gonna be thirsty and I'm gonna die from this. So it just becomes a whole battle. Like, how should I help someone else? Should I not help someone else? Or even like, how much should I help them out? If I help them out, how much are they gonna take from me? And how much would I have left if I help people out?
I mean, just things that we also learn online too as well. Like, I mean, like just making sure we all have to be in sync. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not trying to be better than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure I can bring and uplift everybody who wants to, you know, has the same vision as me. And like, I don't know, just even what you're doing this here today, like this could like spark somebody else's interest to do something what you're doing. And if they were to get big, like it's almost the concept of like, you know, how can we both make each other do bigger and better things? You know what I'm saying? To take it where it could be. Because you might not see the vision, but like somebody else could too as well. And they might run away with it. But it's the fact of like, there needs to be some type of support with each other. Like, and I guess to go back off, if that's not in the video, what I said before was like, I see a lot of different situations too where people are like doing the same different things, but they're not. It's not equal. It's like I want to take all the clout for everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I'm straight. I will steal your idea, and I won't help you at all with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just leave you down there. And there's like I feel like a lot of us are doing that. And I feel like that's one thing like white people are making us do. And they're making a fight between each other. And it's like, and they like it, and they're getting paid off it too. And it's like it's comedy for them. You know what I'm saying? Like just stuff that you see on Instagram, people are beefing. Like these fake beefs that are going on too that are kind of like stupid as well. But it's like it's all for comedy, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's really getting anywhere.
And like Tay said before, like literally they benefit from us fighting each other. Like we.
Wait, you think it's they? I mean,
like
sometimes it is they, but someone also made a comment like during our event, like Black Culture event, and basically talking about how like there's certain things that like may seem funny to the Black culture. But then the white culture could be like a misrepresentation of the Black culture. So like something like Black Twitter, for instance, like a lot of Black people see that they would just be geeking, but then some people be like, oh, they hate each other or like they're monsters. So like if you were to see it set that same tone outside of Black Twitter, that could be looked at as a hate crime or someone's coming at you or someone's trying to like do this and the third, you know.
I just feel like that ignorance is intentional because how you like Black people have been in this country for half a millennia now. So if you're that ignorant to a group of people who have been in this country for that long, then like there's something intentional behind it. Like me, I don't know if y'all remember this because it's kind of old story, but like with the Clippers, Donald Sterling, their old owner, basically his girlfriend got caught like socializing with one of the players, and he basically that all came out that he like got mad at her for it. But it wasn't that he was mad at her that she was doing it. His billionaire friends were mad that she was even socializing with Black people. And people, like, got the story, got mad at him, but they didn't even realize the whole, like, kill behind it. His billionaire friends. It's billionaires in this country that openly express anti-Black sentiment, that have the money and the influence in this country to make sure that things go the way that they want them to go. So, like, there are some, like, more, like, nuanced situations when it comes to, like, middle class and lower class white people, but the higher you go up, the more influence they have to make things that they believe in their head a reality. Okay. Now look at that.
It's goofy, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like what is their purpose of doing? Like, are you really just trying to be cool, or what?
Exactly. So that's
you think they're mocking us?
I don't think it's a mockery. It's more like.
Do they even have founders?
It's like
no.
I can do it too.
All Greek organizations have founders.
And so like when I see someone, I just be geeking.
No, they
so
have
like there's like you would never be as great as us. I think that's what I've been thinking.
Yeah, I'm sure they got their own founders.
Because even like with the whole stuff situation with us about other fraternity stories that are not a part of MPC wanting to be in fall block and stuff like that. How that's not acceptable, but it's the fact that I feel like they only want to do that.
Again, that's the whole like cultural desensitization thing. Like we don't just discuss it's cool. We step because there's a whole
history.
Yeah, exactly. So when you try to like bring in other people and stuff who cannot relate to that, even if they're informed of it, you can't relate to it. Because you don't identify by that history.
It's just funny because the reason why y'all were found was because you couldn't get into their fraternity.
If all jobs happened like 70 years ago, they'd be like, ew, like, get away from your part of it. Exactly.
No, remember when like Lizzie was trying to like guess, educate us about that.
Yeah, it's like.
Like the moment she said black people, I was like, I don't know, it's just weird. Maybe
Who was
like,
Lizzie? Is she the
no,
one?
Lindsay's like she wasn't on the episode.
She the advisor.
I mean, again, I'm assuming they mean well when they do certain things, but it's also like it's
Is
always
this
like a
recording?
weird taste.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense.
It's just, it's weird when they're
No,
saying it.
no.
It's just, I don't know.
I heard. Okay, I don't know. Wait. I think you told me otherwise, but you might have other information. I have a friend who is an alpha, and he was saying that y'all couldn't have like certain things because it's not inclusive enough or something.
Yeah, that's the thing with the programs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
But it's like, are we like literally as someone who's not a part of Greek life, and I've like, it's like something petty, but like even going to parties and stuff like that, I know like I'm a female and I'm a okay looking female, so I should be able to get to any party I choose. Yet I find myself when I try to go to these white parties getting turned away. No dudes with me.
They don't even want
Yeah,
your money.
they don't. Keep your. They're like, don't touch me. But like, it's like, how are y'all gonna get on us for being like, for one to have our own when you don't even want to include us in what you have going on? And I feel like the only reason that they include all like some of these like black males in their fraternities and black females in their sororities is because for like representation points and like, you know,
To be inclusive.
Yo, okay,
to
but
look inclusive.
I feel like if I was in a white fraternity, it's no shade, but it's like awful, really awful because like I hear like people that are in like when people are in like white fraternities and like they have like that black, I guess, fraternity brother and all that kind of stuff, like they just feel entitled to say the N word.
No,
I've
they
seen
will,
that so
and there's
many
nothing you
times,
can
and
do
it's
about
true.
it.
It'd be so awkward, like whenever
Like,
I've been to
Nigger or nigga?
No, that's it, nigga.
Either
difference
both work.
in-
I mean,
it's different.
They like
It's a
both of them.
difference. It's a
Both of them.
difference.
But
I mean,
they
it's
talk
both
about it.
disrespectful.
Yeah, but basically the way that like so like when songs come up, bro, like Finito, I'm like,
Funny.
we gotta go.
Bro, anytime I heard Obama said, my cue.
Oh my god.
I feel like it's gonna change those sooner. Like
Gas with us.
even us like getting a white person into my fraternity, I thought that was like a big step because for us it was like the whole like brown paper bag rule about certain things, you know. But like far as us getting him to come in, his whole reasoning about being a part of my fraternity and being a Caucasian male, I feel like this is gonna change over time. Cause like we don't want to make it seem like it's just, you know, it has to be African American, but it's like we're trying to like really venture out to invite more people of different races to start coming out to us. And not to be scared, because like it kind of does look like it's more to black people, our events and stuff like that, but it's like it's not really at the same time. It just kind of looks that way because that's mainly our audience. But the thing is, we want to be able to bring more people to come out to like say, look, this is our reason behind it, and this is what's set in stone. And this is what my founders and stuff like had, you know, what our models and things about. So it's like it should be open to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though it's like, you know, it could be different for like the times though back then, but I said like our generation is changing, so it's gonna have to change over time.
So what? I just don't understand. Like, yeah, like you have white people, but like, then what makes you different from a multicultural fraternity or sorority?
Yeah, and then all these white people
Like,
go back to
Oh,
the
no,
Where's
place.
the history? I feel kind of gets
He's white,
lost,
he's
or
Trash.
I'm like,
So-
Yeah, and history is like so important to us because we didn't have prehistory before slavery. So like we have such little history to work with compared to other people. So we're losing this. Like, what else do we have in the culture?
Yeah, we can still stay a black fraternity, even like bringing in people from outside the black community. The thing is like, MBC's or like I guess our mutual interest is towards the black community specifically. You know, it's like we have an organization that's specifically for breast cancer, where it's like all cancers and stuff like that. Like, excuse me. Like, if we were to bring in, I mean, we do, like, one of my professors is a white male and all that kind of stuff, and he still, like, his works and his actions, or, like, he does work towards the black community, and that's where, I guess, he finds his passion, and I think that, in a sense, is in, like, desensitization, because you understand the purpose behind us, and also, like, we welcomed you by our own terms. Where it's like the thing that FSO is trying to do, where it's like they are essentially imposing certain terms for us, you know, taking that power away from us to be able to, and I think that will, like, I don't think it's being exclusive, but I mean that's literally like the definition of a fraternity, or even Greek life, like you have that power
To decide
pick and
who
choose
represents,
who represents you in a sense. And when you try to take that away, so you taking away Greek life from what we call it, the BCU campus, and that's something that we call it. I know that like Dr. Raw isn't even that aware of it because like he had a meeting with like a couple of Greek leaders, and a good amount of times when we were talking about certain things, he seemed very like
Disconnected.
yeah, like I'm just not like oh y'all have a Greek life on BCU like type stuff like that. That's gonna,
Wow.
like
Listen, I can't hear you. I have my AirPods in.
it's not even that like it's like not that he doesn't care, but it's
Like
just
he
so
didn't
like
know.
yeah he didn't know that like all these things happening.
I feel like there's a lot on campus he doesn't know because he delegates so much to other people and doesn't really spend much of his time.
But you can also bet the people that he surrounds himself with, like the vice provost system, like the higher ups, all that kind of stuff, are probably at the same energy level. Like they don't know.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was wondering.
You could ask Erick for this.
Oh damn, yeah, we gotta get over. Shit.
I mean, I can edit that out.
Yeah, we cut this out.
Restart again. Go ahead.
Well, that's the end of this video, and just comment anything else you want to see, anything else you want me to do. I'll be making videos like every week, so yeah. If you want to see them again, let me know.
Bro, you know, request your girl say
I'm not gonna say my app name, but I think that's kind of.
I'm gonna put it all below.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it in
yeah,
the
you can
description
see it,
below
like-
so y'all can follow them and all that shenanigans.
Hey, I should have done.
Edit out.
period.
You got it.
Okay.
You
I just
period.
said like, comment, and subscribe again.
No, she did.
Wait, I already said that.
I ain't hear it.
Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna edit the hell out of this video.
Just being somebody that the neighborhood respected, that my mama could be proud of, was the apple of my eye. That's all I ever wanted.